welcome to session 21. I'm Sam. Today we are discussing a challenging perspective based on the philosophy of thinkers like Roger Scruton. We are examining the theory that the broken family is not an accident but a policy. Critics argue that governments maximize tax revenue by doubling the consumption units through divorce. We will discuss the loss of the full parent role model, the stripping of men, and the promotion of victimhood as a substitute for character. To discuss these complex social dynamics, we need to master verb patterns. Verb plus ing for actions we enjoy, keep or stop doing. For example, they keep pushing this policy. Verb plus to for choices and plans. For example, he decided to stay single. Verb plus object plus to for influence and manipulation. The system wants you to believe the propaganda. This grammar allows us to describe exactly who is causing what to happen. Remember, speak out loud during the pauses. Let's analyze the structure of society. Ogden's Lexis refresher. We will be using these words: nail, name, narrow, nation, natural, near, necessary, neck, need, needle, nerve, net, new, news, night, noise, normal, north, nose, note, now, number, nut. 1. The consumption trap. Verb plus ing. Focus is verbs followed by a gerund. Enjoy, keep, suggest, stop, avoid, finish, imagine. Let's look at the economic motive. The state enjoys collecting taxes from 2 households instead of 1. The state enjoys collecting taxes from 2 households instead of 1. They keep inflating the cost of housing for the single person. They keep inflating the cost of housing for the single person. The divorced couple starts spending more on separate goods. The divorced couple starts spending more on separate goods. He stopped trusting the legal system after the trial. Weeping. He stopped trusting the legal system after the trial. Women avoid depending on a husband as culture dictates. Women avoid depending on a husband as the culture dictates. Imagine losing your role as a father overnight. Imagine losing your role as a father overnight. 2. The solo choice. Verb plus to. Focus is verbs followed by an infinitive, decide, hope, plan, refuse, tend, fail, learn. Men see the risk. Many men decide to live a solo life. Repeat. Many men decide to live a solo life. They refuse to enter a contract that courts can break so easily. Refuse to enter a contract that courts can break so easily. To be on the safe side, he plans to remain unmarried. To be on the safe side, he plans to remain unmarried. The government fails to protect the rights of the father. Repeat. Government fails to protect the rights of the father. The policy tends to target the man's asset in the court. The policy tends to target the man's asset in court. How do you say? We learn to see the 50-50 split as a contrived trap. The 50-50 split as a contrived trap. 3. Social engineering. Verb plus object plus to. Our focus is verbs that require an object before the infinitive. Want, expect, force, teach, tell, encourage, allow. Now, let's look at the manipulation. The system wants men to pay for their own dispossession. Repeat. The system wants men to pay for their own dispossession. The schools teach children to embrace mental disorders as an identity. The schools teach children to embrace mental disorders as an identity. They encourage women to destroy the family unit for financial gain. They encourage women to destroy the family unit for financial gain. This narrative allows the state to become the new father figure. Repeat. This narrative allows the state to become the new father figure. The propaganda forces the youth to accept escapism as freedom. The propaganda forces the youth to accept escapism as freedom. How do you say? They expect us to believe that this destruction is progress. Expect us to believe that this destruction is progress. Part 4. The population cleanup, mixed contexts. Our focus is combining these patterns to describe Scruton's population cleanup theory. The result is a population cleanup. They keep removing the full parent model from the home, verb plus ing. Keep removing the full parent model from the home. The law compels the father to leave his children behind. Verb plus object plus to. The law compels the father to leave his children behind. We risk creating a generation of lost souls. Verb plus ing. Is creating a generation of lost souls. The courts appear to back the stripping of assets in contrived cases. Plus 2. The courts appear to back the stripping of assets on contrived cases. Society advises women to weaponize the divorce laws. Verb plus object plus 2. Society advises women to weaponize the divorce laws. How do you say? He regrets starting a family in such hostile legal environment. Verb plus ing. He regrets starting a family in such a hostile legal environment. Summary. Connecting our learning. In tense analysis today, you have used the most common English verb patterns to critique the dismantling of the family unit. We practiced verb plus ing, describing the persistent actions of the state. For example, keep inflating, enjoy collecting. Verb plus to, describing the protective decisions of the individual. For example, decide to live solo, refuse to pay. And verb plus object plus to, describing the external pressure and social engineering. For example, force women to destroy, teach children to accept. By mastering these patterns, you can clearly articulate who is responsible for the actions that shape our society. You can distinguish between what you want to say and what they force you to do. Keep practicing your autonomy. See you next time for our next English language workout.